everybody, welcome back. I'm going to be talking about ISO tier, not too, maybe a little too, we'll see, but primarily what's going on, where I'm at. Why did Scopely lose money from me because of what they're doing with these ISO requirements? I am obviously a content creator, so I can bring some income from that and spend it on the game, the write-offs, etc. And I'm like, oh, we've got something going on here. I want to spend money. Oh, wait, now I can't, or it makes no sense to. So I'll go over that, talk about some of the nonsense all going on with the ISO stuff. Anyway, we're just going to do ISO discussion. So before we get into it, anybody who's new to the channel, check out the Discord link in the description below. Follow along with content, and maybe more importantly to you can follow along to get to that 10K giveaway as we get to 10,000 subscribers. So we're really approaching that 10K mark. As soon as we get there, we're going to do a giveaway. If you want to be enrolled in the giveaway, comment on the video below, because we're going to be going through some of these older videos and pulling random comments, random people, and then putting them in the drawing for that contest. So make sure to do that. Hammer down on the like button to help with the YouTube algorithm, and you know, there's some sponsors and stuff below as well. And if you want to spend money, Amazon coin. Anyway, whatever. Let's just talk.
Bring me WolverThor!
All right, so first I want to talk about how Scopely lost money, specifically from me. How much? I don't know. I'm sure somebody could figure out exactly the math. I'd bet it would be several $100s. Now that's not much. Scopely's a cool story. We don't care. Now, how many people are similar to me? I don't know. But, you know, I figure that I'm probably not the only one in this position. So what happened was I was just, you know, trying to do my planning like I normally do with different teams. I've got my X Factor who are coming in for Adam Wallet. That's right, Adam Wallet. There is no Warlock. There is an Adam Wallet coming to the game. So I'm like planning. I've had most of these guys up already. You know, I went ham on Mum early on because I thought he was a fun character, and I was just kind of like, I need something fun in the game. And I just decided to do that with him. Do I regret it? No, not really. It was okay. I'm glad I got him at ISO level 4 at this point. So anyway, I was decent with these three, and then Polaris came in, and I actually didn't touch her until she was an unlock for Adam Wallet, and then I started building her up. And you can see I'm at level 75. I've got the gear to bring her up. I'll probably bring her up to gear tier 14. Maybe, I don't know. We'll see today or not. Sometime soon in the near future. I'm saving that gold so that I can do that. So the other part of it was also obviously ISOs. But what I was also doing is, you know, I need to plan around my Doom teams, right? So I had to sit here and think about, you know, where are we at in Doom? Now, luckily, this is Doom 1.0, and let's try to work on our nomenclature for this. There's a lot of confusion out there. Doom 1.0 is this one. You can see up here, there's no difficulty thing here. There is another Doom raid that says difficulty 1. So in my opinion, if everybody's on board with it, I think we should do 1.0, 1.1, 1.2, 1.3, whatever they are. And the point systems come up for when they come up here. I would have liked for them to say normal difficulty here or something like that. But so my alliance is, you know, a little bit shorter of where we were previously. You know, I know that the way we've kind of gotten through this, like I used to be able to get to this one and more with my tunes. Now, maybe not so much. You know, we have to skip some nodes down here. It's like because we've got people who don't have mutants. You know, it's just, and there's a lot. Here's another, you know, set of people who are skipping lanes, and it's just like we can't get as far. We have to tap as much. You know, some people are able to do that mutant boss nodes. Shout out to you, Sonic, if you're checking this out. If you get the right RNG on this mutant boss node, you can actually do it with 3 characters. All right, 3. This is the special that I'm dropping on the video right now that I wasn't planning on, but 3. Again, shout out to Sonic. He did it today. Longshot, Shatterstar, and Sinister. Clone the Longshot. All right? Now, it might be super hard to get to the RNG to do it. It might. But if you do that, you can one-shot the boss node with just 3 characters. He did it today. So, anyway, I'm still not okay with a lot of stuff because you're probably not gonna be able to handle the other 2 nodes, but hey, you can do the boss. Anyway, so, you know, the point of this is that I've got all these characters I'm trying to build up. I've also got this tracking tool, which I think most of you guys have probably saw. I'm not gonna go through this in great detail. But I have this tracking tool that I put out there for ISOs where basically I was just focused in on the Doom characters. All right. All this stuff is just me building up all this data, all these teams that I want to build for the Doom raids to figure out where do I need crystals. And I have a conditionally format. I'm like, okay, cool. I need a controller, a ton of support, and the other spots I'm pretty good. Well, then I'm like, well, I got to think about these other situations too, like with Adam Wallet. And obviously we got some other stuff I'll throw in here a second. And I'm like, oh my goodness, like Shatterstar, I still need, for if I want to get to ISO level 4, I need 90 more for him. For Polaris, I need 130. I'm fine with the other ones, obviously, but those two, I'm like, oh my gosh, if I wanted to get them at 7 stars, and this is the part where I'm going to tell you, it's going to cost me money, right? So let's jump back to the game here real quick. Remember where I was at with my tunes here? All right, you see this? These two, I'm getting close to 300. Him, I'm not too far off. So I was like, can I get a couple hundred or 100 shards for these characters and then maybe just wail super hard on Polaris to get 300 shards on here to bring him to 7 stars? And I was legitimately considering doing that. I was like, you know what? I think this team seems like it's going to be really good. It's an arena meta type team. I think I'm going to do this. But then, as I'm struggling through my Doom stuff and realize I got these problems, I'm like, hey, you know what? I really need to double check on where I'm at with Adam Wallet because he might be out for a bit. Now that I'm realizing that I can't do all of these stinking nodes, like if let's filter for Astonishing Axemen because that's who I want to do my mutant nodes with. I can't do it with Beast because I don't have all of I'm missing, well, I've got those 3, but now I'm like, all right, well, I need all these crystals. So I had to leave him behind. So I'm like, all right. And he's a support. And luckily in this case, I can do him and Polaris and that stuff. But I was looking at like, oh my gosh, I'm so short. So when I jumped back over to this, in this situation, I knew that I had to figure this out. And I'm just like, man, I've been farming Beast here for a hot minute and I still can't get to what I need to. And then now I'm like, oh my gosh, I need all of these crystals to get these guys up. And I don't have access to it. And so I'm like, why would I spend all this money to get to 7 star and then be short here? You are out of your mind, Scopely. If you think I'm going to spend $300 to $600 to get, my characters up to 7 stars, or maybe it's not even that high. I don't know. $200 to $500, whatever it is. Don't attach to that. And then potentially need to do that for crystals. And then, oh, by the way, guess what I ran out of today? Or yesterday, ions. Because I'm sitting here trying to upgrade all these random tunes. I'm out of ions. More money. And I'm like, and again, I want to reinforce this part of this, is I was really frugal with my use of ISOs. People kept telling me, why don't you bring everyone to 3? Why don't you bring everyone to 3? Bring War and all these, spread out your roster 3. I'm like, no. There's going to be a point in time where this is going to matter and you're going to need these resources because it's what they do with everything in this game. They don't want you to hoard, but they want you to hoard. Okay. So, or I guess my reaction is to hoard. Maybe it's not for you to hoard, but when I see that and I know I don't have much money, how do I react? All right. How do I survive? How do I survive this if I don't spend a bunch of money? How I survive is I have to hoard and plan appropriately. I still think I did, and I'm still this far away. So, the way they lost my money is because I can't now get because I'm so far off here, because of these crystals and potentially ions, I'm now not going to go ahead. Well, actually, hold on. Let me show you here. Because of these crystals and ions that I need to get here, why am I going to spend money to get to my characters to 7 stars? Why am I going to spend money to sit here and try to bring this team up to 7 stars? Tell me, Scopely, why? Right? Now, obviously, there's some other stuff that there's going on. They're like, oh, you know what? We're going to fix this. We're going to let you know something. And I was like, all right, well, let's see what happens on the blog on Friday. There's a maybe something they shout out. And this was like earlier in the week. And I was kind of like, all right. Well, in the meantime, I'm like on stream raging because I can't do content because I can't do my Doom raids. I'm like, so guys, like I wanted to talk to people and I don't even stream that much. And I'm kind of like, all right, well, let's just hang out and shoot the breeze And I think that's what we did for a long time. We were talking about like my garden and, you know, what kind of, you know, how to keep squirrels away and searching, motion detecting out, whatever. It got kind of fun and crazy. But so anyway, I'm just sitting here going, what am I going to do with this content? What am I going to do? All right. So anyway, I attach on to the idea that we've got a, you know, some sort of announcement coming. All right. And so it's like, all right, well, then the other day we got this, I think Zeke's put it up, but she basically, it seemed like kind of an emergency. People are freaking out. People are quitting. And again, anyone who's unaware, and I do not condone this against terms of service, but there is people who sell accounts out there. There's a server out there. That thing is getting flooded with people trying to sell their accounts. And guess what that means? High supply, low demand, prices dropping for that alone. So people aren't even like, I mean, you could get like there was a 19 million count that I heard the other day that was out on there, and like a bunch of 15 pluses that were, you know, maybe $400. It's like, you think about that count probably has $10,000+ on it. People can't even sell it for $500. I'm like, oh my God. It's like, this is insane. So anyway, I'm not going to read all this stuff. You guys probably already saw it, but it basically went through here and it was talking about all these different things. And I mean, look, somebody's even got a little, you know, kind of eye roll emoji there. With these different things. I'm like, all right, well, let's see what's in the blog tomorrow. This is just kind of a random whatever. So then we get the blog today. And I'm not going to go through all it. There's a whole bunch of stuff in here. Phi Lavelle, that's great. We already know about her. She's released. There's the kit. There's this ISO 8 stuff. And I'll go over that in a second. But then we've got these other origin challenges, which are nice. Okay, we could use some of these specific gear pieces, but guess what? Requires the following ISO 8 on characters. Difficulty 2 is 4+. Difficulty 3 is 5+. Now, this might land just fine, depending where you're at. Where it's like, okay, maybe you have Biomutant Mystic Skill Tech. Maybe you're just fine because you're already doing that in the Doom anyway. You're going to have to use those characters here. If it does and it lines up and you can actually achieve it with those characters, I'm good, right? If you can use Axeman in this situation and get through it, cool. But if you need Sinister, if you need Emma, if you need, you know, I guess I don't want to count the dad bros, but basically any Phoenix, Colossus, Cyclops, if those are the characters you need in this because of whatever's happening in the gameplay, that's going to be super friggin' frustrating. So Scopely, please don't do that. Not that you're going to listen, but I'm going to say it out loud to anybody who's listening to me now. So anyway, this is coming, maybe nice. And then it's got some, you know, Jubilee. Now, again, don't stress about this stuff. This is all suggestions. I got somebody to DM me today about Jubilee's event and, oh, wait, now we need red stars. No. I think this is just the recommendations. It's right up here, so don't stress about that. And then we got the blitzes and flash events, etc. Oh, and this changed the Hellsteel. I'm not going to cover that. It's in there. It's changing. Yay, whatever. So anyway, jumping back to this. So they've got this thing here. So what are the actual updates? ISO 8 updates to help you prepare. Opportunities to earn tons. Great, don't miss. All right, now the problem is we have this problem right now, right? So let's see if they gave us the solution right now, or if I was planning this and I was a developer, I would have started this maybe a month or so ago or 2 months ago and announced that a month or two ago because, you know, I like to plan and think, you know, resource management game. Let's see. So we've got a campaign mischief. What is this? So reward ISO 8 resources. T1 IO. Okay, so we got some ions. Nice. Basic and premium orb fragments. Okay. Players who collect all their free energy and refill energy 4 times a day will earn 60. All right, so it's a 60 controller ISO crystals. So that's helpful for each attribute. That's nice. Okay, and that campaign mischief, I think that might say exactly up here. Where is that? We'll be on, let's see, campaign mischief. Where is this at? Does it vote for Chance Phi Lavelle June 9th for event campaign? Vote for Loki, so it's not that. Campaign mischief. So running parallel with vote. All right, so it'll be at the same time. So next week you'll be able to start doing this. So I'll give them some kudos. So next week, I mean, I still am annoyed I'm a week away, but I should be able to get 60 controller ISO crystals for each attribute. Remember what I said here. Now, where am I at? Where's my problem at? What is Polaris? She's a controller. What do I need before? With all of this, when I was showing you my Doom raids? I need a ton of controllers. Okay, so that is a mini bone. I still don't want to be like super supportive of the way it went about it, because it should have, like I mentioned, been a week or so ago. You know what? And I'll eat my words if it ends up being fine. I'm happy to do that. I want to be wrong, but I still want to rage about this situation, because people are losing alliance members, and that in itself is stress that's not needed. All right, like alliance leaders, content creators, people in their alliances, they have to sit there and try to calm these people down so they stay in an alliance in a game that Scopely's causing whatever. You get the idea. All right, so then this part peed me off. June 25th? Like, what are you doing here? Like, this is nonsense. Like, come on. 6 weeks away? What is it, right? 5 weeks away? 20 days away? That's nuts. So, start kicking off that day, log in every day for 7 days, so you don't even finish it until the end, at the beginning, June, July. You can get some more stuff. I'm like, okay, when is Adam Wallet's event? Is it the end of this month? Because it is, then, if this stuff is like a last-ditch effort to get me there, I don't know if I'm going to have enough. And then the extra T1 ISO 8 orbs, next version, next patch. Like, that's the 6 weeks I was thinking of. That's the 6 weeks. Like, you got to be kidding me. Like, really? You've made these requirements now, and it just boggles my friggin' mind. It just boggles it. So, I don't know. I just think this stuff is nonsense. I'm still really, really frustrated with it. I'm trying, I know other people at Scopely are also frustrated with it, but I really wanted to share, like, you lost my money that I was intentionally going to spend because of these requirements now, because I can't double down on spending money. And I'm a content creator who's got, this as a write-off, or got some, some ad revenue from it. I don't know. Maybe the Krakens and whales love it. I don't think they do, based on what I've heard, but I wanted to throw this out there real quick. Salt's got to be thrown when salt's needed. So yeah, all right. I'll do some more. Hopefully, I'll stream and maybe do some fun stuff, happy stuff. But I gotta be real. That's how I feel. All right. So it is what it is. So like I mentioned, appreciate you guys stopping by. Discord link in the description below. Hammer down on that like button. Click that notification bell. And subscribe so we can get to that 10,000 subscriber mark and do the giveaway. All right. Until next time. Hope you have a wonderful day.